Welcome back here at 6:14, everybody, here on this Thursday morning. We're still following the latest with Hurricane Milton as it races across the state of Florida.
This is a live drive. It's a camera in Orlando, Florida. And right now that storm is downgraded to a Category 1 and is expected to continue weakening as it moves off into the Atlantic. But the aftermath still yet to be seen at sunrise. Ashlee?
And so, yeah, we will be following that, over the next several days. As far as the aftermath, I think the biggest concerns that we'll be dealing with will be the flooding and the power outages in the wake of that hurricane. And so the eye of the storm in the Atlantic and the bigger impact at this hour is on the Atlantic side. We're going to get to that in a second. I want to show you our power outage map, though. So a good chunk of the peninsula reporting power outages. The worst of it, though, from Tampa down towards Port Charlotte. So towards Tampa, Sarasota, Bradenton, or I should say Tampa and Sarasota, about 70% of those without power. But Bradenton, east of I-75, 90% of that area without power. Now, as we look at Exact Track 4D, you can see the outer bands from the storm bringing the heavier rain, still impacting the eastern edge of the peninsula all the way inland towards Orlando and Lakeland. So rainfall totals over the last 2 days, and let me be very clear that most of this fell within the last 24 hours, are just devastating when we're looking at upward of a foot on top of storm surge closer to Tampa. So these are radar indicated totals, but about 6 inches to maybe even upward of a foot from where this hurricane pushed through off the Gulf and inland. Exact Track 4D also picking up all the flooding concerns. Aerial flood warnings for Tampa, flash flood warnings north of Orlando towards Jacksonville, and then a flood watch for areas south of Tampa down towards Cape Coral and even as far east as Port St. Lucie. So Hurricane Milton with the latest advisory coming out, sustained winds at 85 miles per hour, and you see it churning east of Cocoa Beach, but I just showed you how those outer bands are still impacting the peninsula. Movement is northeast at 18 miles per hour, so it'll continue to push into the Atlantic today and will weaken as we head into your Friday and beyond. So let's bring our forecast back closer to home. It is a chilly start out there. So we're at 35 in Ann Arbor, 36 in Howell, 35 in Lapeer, 38 in Pontiac. More 30s on the board this morning than 40s compared to yesterday. And that frost advisory was expanded for this morning compared to yesterday morning. So Genesee, Lapeer, Livingston, Oakland, Washtenaw counties under that frost advisory until 9 a.m. Bus stop forecast for today. Plan for either side of 40 as the kids are being picked up. You saw a lot of 30s out there, but we will be right around 60 degrees at the lunch hour with 64 for the afternoon high paired with the sunshine. So pretty seasonal day. Quicker look at the evening forecast for folks heading to Comerica Park. We'll be right around 60 for that first pitch, 54 by game's end. Keep your eyes to the sky tonight because we have a G4 geomagnetic storm watch. Putting this into perspective for you, the last time we had one this strong was when we had the fantastic northern lights in southeast Michigan back in May. And we do have a KP forecasted over 8, so that would take the viewing even south of the state line here in Michigan. So after sunset, you'll want to check that out. I wanted to point that out, didn't populate there. Our sunset is a minute before 7 now. So sunset definitely getting earlier. Tonight, 43 degrees for that overnight low. Tomorrow, 77 for the afternoon high. That's not a typo. We soar into the 70s Friday. Cold front brings rain chances into the weekend and then below average temperatures early next week with the chance for rain.